guys, Aze, back with a video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a quick little story time about the time this psycho chick kept trying to get at my boyfriend. So let's get right into the video. So I was dating this boy, and we'll call him Jesse. So Jesse and I had been going out for quite some time. I don't know how long exactly, but at least 6 months, and I know it was longer than that, but I'm just gonna say at least 6 months, right? So Jesse was cool with a lot of people, and I was cool with a lot of people. So we weren't like popular, but a lot of people knew who we were, and literally like everyone knew we were together. Because you'd always see him walking me to class, you'd always see me walking him to class, you'd see me waiting for him, you'd see him waiting for me, you'd see us going to football games, you'd see us going out, you'd see us at dances, you would just always see us, and like we'd pose each other and stuff. So everyone knew we were dating, right? It was very apparent that we were dating, especially since we had been dating for quite some time. So I'm dating Jesse, everything's fine, and one day he tells me that his homeboy Frankie is looking for someone. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have anyone. And he's like, well, there's this chick named Vicky, and I think I'm gonna try to hook them up. So I was like, okay, you do you, right? So Vicky and Jesse had the same Spanish class during the same time, the same period. So Frankie had that class too, but during a different time. So he knew of Vicky, he knew who she was and stuff. So Jesse starts, hyping up his boy Frankie to Vicky, trying to be a good friend so they could, get connected and stuff. So one day, me and Jesse are hanging out, and Jesse tells me that he finally got to ask Vicky if she was okay with being with Frankie or whatever, right? So he tells me that he asks Vicky, and Vicky looks at Jesse and goes,
I mean, you would have been my first choice, but yeah, I guess I could settle for him.
Who? Who would have been your first choice? Because I know Jesse would not have been your first choice. Because I know you wouldn't have said that to Jesse, knowing Jesse was with me. Keep in mind, there's no way that she could have not known that. Like, she willingly told him, knowing he was in a relationship, because I walked him every single day to that very same Spanish class. He had me on his Instagram, he had me on his Snapchat, he put me on his lock screen, on his home screen. He had a bracelet with our date and that he wore every day. No. So I get so mad, right? I flip out. I'm like,
what do you mean? Like, you better be playing. Why would she say that? Like, she knows I'm with you. How could she disrespect us like that? Like, I'm gonna go tell her something. Like, who does she think she is? There's no reason for her to be telling you that.
Like, right, I get so mad because, that's so disrespectful. You don't say that to someone knowing they have a girlfriend. Like, you should respect their relationship. Like, I don't care if you don't know me. You should still respect our relationship, right? So I got so mad. It's just like, no, just calm down. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's okay. Like, don't say anything. Please don't say anything, because then you're gonna ruin it for Frankie. So like, okay, I'll let it slide, right? So Vicky keeps texting Jesse, and I'm letting them talk because Jesse's just trying to help homeboy Frankie out, so Jesse just every time is just hyping up his homeboy Frankie to Vicky and Frankie end up doing whatever, right? Did their thing. Jesse's like, hey, look, I know you don't like Vicky, but when I was talking to Vicky the other day, I was mentioning how I wanted a job, and she mentioned to me that her dad does this and this, and she works with her dad every weekend, and they make bank, and she said that she could introduce me to her dad, and I could work with them, and I would get paid every weekend, and it was like a good amount, like it was like a very good amount of money, right? So he's like, come on, like, I'm just like, this is the only reason I'm talking to her, like, I just want to get that job. It's like, okay, whatever, like, I trust you, go for it, go get that money, right? Go get that coin, whatever. Couple weeks later, I'm hanging out with Jesse again. We're at my house, sitting in the living room or whatever. And he's like, okay, babe, like, Vicky's annoying. She keeps texting me. She keeps replying to my stories. She keeps sending me snaps. She keeps blowing me up. She keeps calling me her best friend. She keeps like sending me selfies. Like, I don't know what to do. All I wanted was a job. Like, I don't even want this job anymore. She's just so annoying, right? So I'm like, oh really? Okay, like next time she texts you, you tell me and I'll tell her something. You know, like if I'm not with you, I'll log into your snap and I'll reply, right? So not even 5 minutes later, bing, Vicky texts, right? So Vicky says, hi best friend, or something like that. And I said, oh my gosh, what a coincidence. He's my best friend too, and my boyfriend. And then I posted on his story. I think I posted it on his story and I sent it to her. It was like a video of me and him, and I like grabbed him and I like kissed him or something. And I put, I love him so much. And then I send it to her, right? She goes, oh my god, I love him so much too, but like a best friend. Yeah, he ain't your best friend, honey. Like, I'm his best friend. You're funny, right? Like, he doesn't even like you, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever, right? So I just leave her on open. I'm like, yeah, okay, funny, right? So she texts again, and she's like, hey. And I think she said like, hey, can I talk to my best friend or something stupid, right? Asking to talk to him. And I said, no, you can't. And I went, boom, 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 blocked, right? Because I was like, I just don't have time for this. Like, forget it, right? Like, simple as that. All I gotta do is block her, right? So we're just chilling. I'm like, whatever, you know, we're just chilling. Like, okay, like that was it, you know? So you think that's it, right? But then this chick texts him again on his number and says, and I quote,
You think you can get rid of me that easily?
I said, yes, I can. Blocked her number 2, went on Instagram, blocked her Instagram on his account, on my account, on my other account, went on my Snapchat, blocked her Snapchat, blocked her on everything. Whew. Be gone thought. Like, for real. I was so irritated. I was just so mad. Like, how disrespectful could you be? Say, at least a year had gone by, right? So one day, by the way, I'm no longer, at this time, I was no longer with Jesse, right? So I'm at school. Oh, I'm with my friend, right? And he's like, hey, do you know Vicky? And he said her last name too, right? I made a face. And he was like, oh, so I guess you do know Vicky. And I'm like, yeah, why? And he was like, oh, well, because she asked if I knew you and how I knew you. Keep in mind, this was a year later. Like, I just didn't even care anymore. Like, oh, it's just something stupid and petty. Or, like, you know, like, it was just like a stupid, like, childish, like, immature thing. Like, I didn't even care anymore. I wasn't even with Jesse anymore. So, like, it wasn't even relevant anymore. But this chick was still bringing it up a year later. So, I was like, yeah, I don't like her. And this is why, right? And it's like, I told him the story. This and this and this is why. So, I told him the story. And he's like, wow, that's not what she told me at all. And I'm just like, how else could this psycho chick could have possibly said the story? So I was like, whatever. Okay, whatever. Like, you're so stupid. Come to find out, she's a year older than me. How are you going to be acting like that when you're a year older than me? And for the rest of the year, she would always stare at me. And I just... So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this was short or not that good. I don't know. But be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful, fantastic day. And bye.
My bitch drive a all white rank. Couldn't hit it if you niggas had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shine. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show, one